here.
Yo.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Marvin Lattimore.
Uni Francis.
And this is another edition of Welcome to My Hood Film. Une!
Marv.
We are back again off of the
Streets is watching.
Streets is Watching. We had a bad couple episodes with Joanna Man and Streets is Watching.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe this is the one that might change it. Might bring it around.
Not really. You gonna continue your streak of this is better, but it's definitely yeah, I'm not a fan.
So it's one step up, but not a leap.
No, not by any means.
Just a light little step.
Yeah,
okay, no problem. Well, let's just get right to it.
Like, I'm annoyed, but I'm not frustrated.
Okay, no problem. I can live with that. You're annoyed, but you're not frustrated. So, as you folks already know, we're going to break it down as we do every episode, especially if you're new to this. So what we do is we continue our mission of putting the world onto the hood, one film at a time, by getting somebody who was either not seen a lot of hood films or didn't really grow up in the hood, one or the other, and we just get their reaction on what they just saw. So we got a guest right here. He's going to introduce himself in just a moment. He's going to let you know what he saw. Go ahead, sir.
My name is John Rosenberger. I have not seen that many hood movies, but I've seen a good amount of hood movies. And I'm not from the hood, because I did move to Spanish Harlem when I was 14 years old.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I do have... That's probably why I've seen as many hood movies as I have. And I believe today we watched 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Tryin, apostrophe.
Yes, you did. Wait, what you just say?
An apostrophe. That is how it is written like that.
I like that.
If you don't do it, the album will come out, so you have to make a change.
He's 100% right, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make sure my mic is good. We did watch that movie. So yeah, this movie came out in 2005. It's been 20 good years since this movie has arrived. So for its 20th anniversary, it was no coincidence. We just did it. It wasn't like
listen, I've been kicking this thing down this can down the road since like we started.
Okay.
I was like, I know we gotta do it.
Dreading it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Boring.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm like, damn it, and it's so long. And also we had no freaking studios, bro. It's 2 hours. I gotta come to the dude's crib, sit there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about for another hour. It's like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a commitment.
It is that movie.
Ain't a good 2 hours either. It's like, yeah, it definitely didn't need 2 hours. 2 hours.
The movie moves at like a very perplexing
Pace.
Like sometimes, like one day will feel like 35 minutes of the movie, and then 8 years will pass in 5 minutes, and it's very hard to keep track of. But I mean, I didn't hate it. I gave it. I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. You know,
right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Right.
It got a solid 2.5 stars on Letterboxd from me.
Oh.
Yeah,
literally right down the middle.
Right down the middle. Mm-hmm. And that's 2.5 out of 5? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was making sure. Mm-hmm. I was like, if this was out of 10, I would have been crying.
Perfectly balanced as all things are meant to be.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I saw this movie like a year. I think it was like a year later. I was in college, and it hit cable and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I went to college in North Carolina, so all the New York people that were there were like, "Oh, snap! 50 Cent made a movie. I want to see it." And yeah, we was like, down south people was already hyped because at this time ATL had come out, so they had felt like on top of the world. And then we were just sitting there like, Get Rich or Die Tryin'. So everybody looked around and was like, hey, listen, man, it was alright, man. You know, it's 50 Cent. And we tried to argue it, and then Killer Season came out, and we were like, well, we're not winning this war. So there we go.
Yeah.
Which one is Killer Season?
Cameron.
It has
That's
Cameron.
another Cameron?
Yeah.
The original Cameron.
So let's just go ahead and get right into it. According to IMDb, this movie is a tale of an inner city drug dealer who turns away from a life of crime to pursue his passion of rap music. Do you feel like...
I feel like that is an accurate description of this movie. That is what happens in this movie. I would say he is more turned away from a life of crime than voluntarily turning away. Because I think,
to be fair, he was offered a position.
Yeah, exactly.
He did turn it down.
He did get turned down. He did also get set up to go to jail in the first place. Mm-hmm. So who's to say who's right
who's
there?
Who's to say? It's funny you say that because I'm looking at IMDb and they
did
also.
He get set up?
Technically, yeah, because remember the cops.
The cops planted it.
Drugs, and then they said to him, "Yo, you gotta take the fall for what happened. You gotta serve time."
Yeah,
because they knew he messed up.
Well, he got served time anyway for shooting the guy.
No, he was gonna get off.
Oh right, yes, because the guy said he didn't recognize.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was gonna get off for that.
That's right.
What they did was instead they still put him for the drugs, which means that the Colombians still set him up.
Yeah,
and they were aware of it. His team was aware of it, so they told him, "Yo, you got it.
Yeah, you got to take the fall.
Yeah, you have to take the fall because if you don't, it's gonna be chaos."
Yep.
So that's why they did what they did. IMDb also has it down the middle. They have it at an average rating of 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
he's right.
Pretty much.
It's right down the middle.
Because it's very boring and it's very slow, but there are like 4 scenes in that movie that I'm like, oh shit, this is cool. I enjoy this, and that is enough to give it 2.5 stars.
Yeah,
there you go.
The rebirth scene, the shower fight
was fire.
The fight.
I loved that movie, that scene, because every other jail movie I've seen where they're fighting in the shower, dudes are just like up on their feet and just like going one-on-one. And in this one, people are slipping around because there's water all over the ground. They're like just jumping on top of each other. It was really great, really well done.
Yeah, it was definitely
kudos to them for that.
They try to make it an authentic jail shower scene. So what we usually like to do here is we like to discuss like the box office and everything.
Okay.
So their budget was an estimated $40 million.
All of it showed up on the screen. And
it definitely did because its gross worldwide at the end of the day was $46,563,961. It's not often we bring up this golden nugget, but it's a rare occasion when they at least make their budget back.
Yeah.
I mean, the theater gets their cut, so they're actually in the red.
A little bit, yeah.
They still made over 40 mil.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
compared to what we've been talking, I'm sorry, cut you off. Compared to what we've been talking about, other movies we talking about didn't even see themselves getting over the budget before they got back in the red. Those movies were just sitting in the red, like, you know what? Go ahead, y'all.
I mean, that's a positive way you look at it. They still still lost money.
It's a silver lining.
Yeah, but MTV can lose money.
He's right.
In 2005, MTV can lose as much money as they want.
It's not Get Rich or Die Tryin'.
Yes, it is. In 100%, they showed the opening title card.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Eating popcorn.
He is right.
Yeah.
It's not like 50 did this all out of pocket.
Yeah. That's why I was on Paramount Plus because it was
because that's a Paramount company.
Yeah, the Paramount company.
This is like prime Jersey Shore.
Yes.
They can just. They could piss money everywhere. I don't care.
This was pre-Jersey Shore. You're right.
You're definitely right. Yeah. It's probably more for everyone involved ego than anything.
Yeah.
That's so
that is.
I forgot I saw the MTV. I'm sorry, when I saw the Aftermath, Interscope, Shady.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of record labels in one to make one movie.
Yeah.
The only.
I like to see their contribution. I want to be the accountant on this project to see.
Oh yeah.
The breakdown. Who got what? How much did Shady get of that, if anything?
Do you think Shady's part of that because he stole the idea for 8 Mile from, or because 50 Cent saw 8 Mile?
Well, 50 was on there.
I want to do that now.
He was on the Shady at the time.
Was he on Shady?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what you were saying from that was because he saw 8 Mile, he got inspired.
Yeah, to be like
sampled majority of it.
To be like, I'm gonna make a movie that's about me, but I'm not gonna say it's about me. I'm gonna say it's about a guy named Marcus.
No, it's about him. Everybody knew.
Yeah. But
he changed the name.
8 Mile is technically about B Rabbit. It's not about Eminem, but it's about Eminem.
Yeah.
This is about Marcus, but it's about 50 Cent.
Yeah.
The reason you're right is because of one key common factor, and that is an actor by the name of Omar Benson Miller. Who starred in both 8 Mile and this movie as the best friend of the main character.
Oh, that's right. He plays the best friend of both of them.
You getting double checks, bro.
Yeah, double checks.
Yeah, he good.
That guy has looked.
Just saying.
My whole life, I always thought he was way older than me. Because he's always looked older, and then I looked him up because I was looking at the cast, and he is 2 years older than me.
Yeah,
oh,
and
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
damn.
OG.
You just been out here from the downs of cradle.
Yeah, because your man's
He's
right.
from like he was in Remember the Titans, right?
Yes.
And now most recently he was in Sinners.
You're right.
So like
8 Mile.
he's looked the same almost.
He was Susie Carmichael's dad? Oh, the reboot. I was about to say,
Man,
how old is he? Yeah, wow, he's Raphael the Turtle. Yeah, this man's he got range, nigga, range.
Oh yeah, he's been out here our whole lives.
Range.
He can play a rapper's best friend
all the time.
He can play a turtle. He can play two bootleggers' best friend.
There you go.
Anything you want, he can play it.
Turn into a vampire.
He can turn into a spoilers for.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. You're right. He was like, hey, come on now.
Yeah.
Shit just came out.
Just came out.
Also, big shout out to Poland. Poland? Yeah, the country Poland. I'm gonna tell you why. Let me get back to it. The country Poland. The name of the movie in Poland.
Oh no.
Is damn. I just had it. Oh, here we go. Wait, let's get it. The name of the movie in Poland is Get Rich or Die Tryin, Historia 50 Centa.
Oh, I love it.
History of 50 cents?
The history of 50
So they let you know off the rip.
That's kind of tough. I ain't hold you.
But what makes it funny is because it goes back to what you just said about like 8 Mile was more about B-Rabbit than Eminem. Yeah. But in Poland, they was like, no, we know what it's about.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not bullshitting our people over here.
We're not going to lie to our people. We know what this is about.
History of 50 cents.
Like, fuck that shit. You know what you're paying to see.
In their defense, it's Poland. They might not. They might know 50. No, they know 50 cents.
Yeah, everybody knows.
By this point, they do.
They definitely do.
If it's being released in Poland, it's because they know.
Yeah. They wouldn't even bother to even Historia of 50 cents.
So
another European connection is we were trying to figure out over and over again where the beach that they were filming at is, and the answer is Ireland.
That's funny. Why were they filming?
Why are they filming in Ireland to be like this is supposed to be the Jersey Shore?
He's right. It does say Dublin.
That's so.
Because I saw at first I saw New York.
Yeah.
And then it showed.
I feel like New York was Dublin. Just the like the street scene.
Yeah, definitely.
And then everything else, they got mad tax breaks to film in Canada and Ireland. This is why I love movies. It's little stuff like this.
Yeah.
Tax havens.
Yeah, it's a lot of these things we look at because they have a lot of interesting.
Like, why you need to film in so many places? That's so weird. You didn't go nowhere.
Yeah, they filmed in New York, Canada, and Ireland. So this was an international filming. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta give props to that.
I don't.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, what about?
I guess. Hey, what's MTV doing now?
Jersey Shore
reruns?
Yeah.
No, it's a time skip series.
Yeah.
Time skip series.
Well,
so
I know,
like they jump ahead, like the Up movies, like 7 Up, 14 Up, 21 Up.
These are real people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a show about them now.
Okay.
Like now they stopped doing the show for a few years.
Don't say like the time jump like there's a fucking script.
Technically,
it is a time. Yeah,
it is a time jump.
Yeah.
They left. They came back older people.
Just say they brought back the same dudes, bro.
Yeah. They did. It's a time skip. Yeah. That's a time skip.
Give them that respect.
Oh my gosh! Come on, man.
Ridiculousness is actually what MTV does now.
They still do that? I thought it was over.
Oh no, they do. I know people who work on that show, and they do like 70 episodes a year.
Oh.
And then they can just show that forever.
Yeah, they can. And they still do.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that they have to do 70 episodes a year, that's just like forever. That means that they have to keep doing it.
Yeah, but they can. I don't know why they keep. I think they have to make 500 episodes.
Probably.
They're not at 500 already.
I bet
It's been
they're.
on for like a decade.
I bet they're at like 478.
Some shit. But every time it's some random bar show, like, man, I've not seen a music video or anything music related on this channel since freshman year of maybe.
I don't think I've.
Maybe since senior in high school.
Mhm.
Yeah. That long ago?
I think that the closest thing you'll see to a music video is like when they rebooted Beavis and Butthead, and they're like,
we're at a
10
point
seconds.
where like they've played less music in their lifetime, but they still call themselves MTV.
Do you think VH1 still exists?
I think
It
so.
does. It does.
Do they also not show videos?
Yeah, none of them show
No.
music videos. Sad, my brother. It's
No,
sad.
they showed in the gym.
They show
Yeah.
what? Music videos?
in the gym.
In the
From
gym.
VH1?
No,
No,
just on like
it's
some.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's still
Yeah.
music videos, but I mean, it's that channel that used to be primarily music videos. They don't
Video
do that shit
hits.
no more.
Because why would you? Anybody could just watch at any time they want to put a button. Is redundant.
Do y'all remember the box?
Yeah.
Of course.
My sexual awakening was to the video for Put It on the Glass, which they would show like 3 times in a row on the box.
Put it on.
Every-
Glass. Who was that?
That's a Sir Mix-a-Lot song.
Oh, who?
Sir
Sir
Mix-a-Lot?
Mix-a-Lot.
And
Okay,
you know
sir.
what it's about. It is
Okay.
about putting titties on
On the
glass.
glass. There you
okay.
go. Talk
And
to him.
the music video, not big for subtext.
No.
Just
I'll look at it later. I think I know who you're talking about. Just
it is a video of ladies putting their titties on the
yeah, I
glass.
think
I love
And 14-year-old Johnny Rowe, really into that shit, man.
Just for clear context, one, Uni is 100% right. Ridiculous has been on for more than a decade.
Oh,
it's actually
no.
been like over 15 years now. And 2, there is actually, according to me Googling it, 1,008 episodes of Ridiculous.
No way!
Yes.
Wow.
100%.
I'm gonna
are
have
they
to.
in like a lifetime contract?
I think so. I think Rob Dyrdek
What a 360
has like
deal?
pictures of the CEO of MTV murdering somebody, probably.
Yo, 1,008
But what
episodes is crazy.
Why would he have pictures of that? He wants to keep doing it?
Yeah.
He's like, you want to keep doing this
He
shit?
wants to make. Yeah, dude. He's not. He's a
Oh
robot.
my god.
I guess.
He's a little
Damn.
skateboarding robot.
1,000 episodes of just watching
R.I.P.
videos
Big,
is crazy.
by the way.
I mean, did they? That sound like they did more than America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure
right?
of it.
Damn.
That dude had respect for himself. Like, I'm done. Yeah, I can keep going, but I'm done.
Wait, who had respect for themselves?
Whoever was doing
Which
the
host
original-
of America's Funniest Home Videos?
Yeah, that's
are
a
you
good point.
referring to?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, all of them did at some point. At some point,
Yeah.
Bob Saget walked away. At some point,
Yeah.
what's his name?
It wasn't on 15 years either.
I want to
huh?
say Patrice Bergeron, but that's a hockey player.
Yeah.
Alfonso Ribeiro.
He's still on it.
Is he still on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, my mom's had it on one day, and I was like, he's still there.
I'm also a very good
I'm gonna keep it
game show
real with
host.
you. I forgot they kept making that show.
There you go. So let's bring it back.
Yeah.
So this movie had an all-star cast, you guys. I hope
Yeah.
y'all knew that. Do you remember who you saw in that?
I remember who, and some people I do remember who I saw,
Mm.
and some people I remember who I saw, but I don't know their names. I only
Gotcha.
know the names of other roles they've played.
Okay, no problem.
So,
That's
for
fine.
example,
You bring it
Majestic was Mr. Echo from Lost.
Yup.
Yep.
And Eddie Beasy
We'll
in.
put his name
yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, because I don't want to butcher that man's
Yeah,
name. If you got it, Uni, you got it.
I'm not gonna say it. It's
Okay.
Adewale. I'm not gonna say
That part I got. Yeah.
Joy Bryant.
There you go.
Terrance Howard,
Yes,
obviously.
sir. Yep.
Uh,
And we said the guy from Sinners already.
The guy from Sinners already.
Yeah.
The guy from who played the main detective on Grimm played the guy that Majestic tortures to death.
Really? Oh, is this guy Russell Hornsby?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, you knew. Hey, you teach me something there. I didn't even know that.
That's
I think I'm the
something.
only person who watched every episode of Grimm.
That don't mean it was bad.
It does mean it was bad.
Oh.
Wow.
It was actually very fun, but it got very old very fast. You can only do so many. I mean, yeah, it's a gritty detective
Yeah,
story about
Go ahead.
storybook characters.
Grimm?
Yeah, you
Grimm,
never heard of
yeah.
it?
Oh, I heard of it.
Oh.
I didn't know that's what
Yeah.
it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's just.
he's one of the brothers Grimm.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
That came out at the same time as what's it called, Ever After, or
oh, the one that Disney did.
The one that was that was like a more of a Desperate Housewives kind of movie.
Yeah, it was. ABC and everything.
I just read Fables and I stopped.
So you got Fables, that. Also in here was Bill Duke, which is funny. We were just talking about it in the last episode. And then
who did Bill Duke play?
He was the Laval guy.
Oh, Laval.
Yeah, he was Laval. He was the main one of the main gangsters.
The kingpin.
And not a lot of people knew this. I definitely didn't know it, but I didn't know her at the time. Viola Davis was the grandmother.
I did clock that.
Yes. And
it's one of those things where I was like, I think that's Viola Davis, but I don't, as the lone Caucasian here, I don't want to confidently be like, I think that's Viola Davis.
She looks...
And have it be like, no, that's
This was
not
20 years ago, so she looked a little different.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of her, like...
yeah, when I first saw that,
I'm not seeing Suicide
make heads or
Squad.
tails.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
And one more acting thing is that the actor who played young Marcus in this movie, also known as Young Caesar, went on to play Lil C's in Notorious.
From Young Caesar to Little Caesar.
Yeah, exactly.
Bang, bang.
Yeah,
there you go.
Grew up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
He's young, now he's little.
Next time will just be regular.
There you go. Next time will be regular Caesar. You know what I'm saying? And then also I got a shout out to my man Ashley Waters. You know what I'm saying? If you seen Top Boy, he was Duchesne. He was one of the main characters. I didn't even know he was in this movie. That's why I'm like, yo, so many people I didn't realize was in this movie. Is crazy. So 50 Cent went out and got himself an all-star cast. Yeah. Terrence Howard's character Bama, which is also interesting, he was supposed to be played by Samuel L. Jackson. Who then also, according to IMDb quote, saying that he didn't feel that 50 Cent deserved to be in a movie by the guy Jim Sheridan. He didn't feel he deserved to be in a Jim Sheridan film yet. And joke was on Samuel L. Jackson because a year later, 50 Cent starred in another Jim Sheridan movie, and Samuel L. Jackson had no choice but to play along.
What movie was that?
It says it was something Home or something like that. Home of the Brave. There we go.
Oh.
It said 1 year later.
Okay, so now, how old did that do? I want to see. I want to see if Sam Jackson was right or not. Because listen, come on, bro. He ain't wrong.
I just want to see what else Jim Sheridan has directed.
You want to know Caliber?
The name feels like, he made My Left Foot. He made In the Name of the Father. This is like a classic British director who then did Get Rich or Die Tryin'.
There you go.
Hey man, I guess we all need a pool house sometime.
Oh my god.
He did Dream House.
Is there anything else notable? Go ahead.
I mean, Into the West is very famous.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Boxer's pretty famous.
Okay.
In America is about the Irish immigrants. And then Get Rich or Die Tryin', and then Brothers.
Oh, isn't that the Jake Gyllenhaal or one of them? Yeah, there we go. Like an army joint or something like that. We don't usually do this for non-hood films, but for Uni, my boy,
I was curious.
No, you're right. Home of the Brave. Estimated budget, $12 million.
Okay, that's pretty low.
Gross worldwide, $500,000. $620. 50 Cent was like, Homeland, I'm in this shit.
I mean, yeah, you definitely in the shit.
And they make no money.
That's crazy.
They sold their shirts on that shit.
How do you... It's like when you...
He's flabbergasted.
It happens every once in a while where I'm like...
He's like,
you made less than $1 million with Samuel L. Jackson in your movie?
That's a good point.
I mean, 50 Cent, sure, people are like, hey, I don't think this guy was a good actor to begin with, and then I saw his last movie and it wasn't good, so I'm not going to go see his next one. But Samuel L. Jackson, on his name alone, should be able to sell $750,000 worth of tickets.
Well, I mean, the same goes...
Hey, listen, more than that for sure, but definitely you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I get it.
Same goes for this movie. They said that Jim Sheridan wasn't even happy with the final product, and he said it came out the wrong way, and he blamed the whole thing all on 50 Cent's acting.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean...
Nah, bro. your editor was fucking up too, because this is poorly paced.
Yes, this movie is very
Can't
poorly
blame.
paced.
I'm not gonna blame 50 Cent on the bad pacing. Nah, bro, we're not doing that.
If he said that like 50 Cent was very involved in the dailies and stuff like that, I would understand.
Yeah.
But you can't blame it just on his acting.
You hired him.
Yeah, you're right, because this is a weird contradiction. Because then it says 50 Cent hired an acting coach, but Jim Sheridan had the woman removed from set. Sheridan told 50, if this fails, it won't be because you can't act. It's because I didn't direct you right. So what you two just said made sense. We're not blaming 50. We're blaming
this guy sucks.
The editor and you now.
Yeah.
So that means you directed bad.
Yeah, you can't tell your actor that he doesn't need acting lessons and then be like, this guy needs acting lessons.
I mean, 50 even said this film was 75% accurate to I guess what happened in real life.
Yeah, I believe that.
There were scenes in that movie where I was like, this feels like something that Jim Sheridan was like, we're going to do it this way. And 50 was like, no, that's not how it happened. It would happen this way. And I hate to go back to it, but I feel like the shower scene is one of those scenes where Jim Sheridan's like, and then you're going to square up against this guy, and then you're going to square up against this guy. And 50 Cent was like, nah, dude, when I got jumped in prison, this is how it was. And Jim Sheridan's like, use that.
It's slippery. It's water.
Yeah.
It's soap.
Hey, listen, that man made power, so he got the last laugh at the end.
Mm-hmm. And he made vitamin water.
And vitamin water. Yeah, you're right. He's still doing his thing.
Yeah, I drink it sometimes. What you got me?
If it's the one that's on sale at Key Food that week.
I'll take. If it's not, oh well.
Give me a $1.25 bottle. I will drink your vitamin water, sir.
That's true. If you have a zero sugar one, I'll fuck with it. So what did you feel, if you had to choose, what did you feel that a scene, like he said 75% accurate, so what do you feel is a scene that is part of the 25%?
The part of the 25%?
Yeah, what if you had to just guess?
An inaccuracy.
We'll never know.
When Majestic was torturing that guy, I don't think that, I think that drug dealers can be ruthless. I'm sure that they did torture in some way, but I don't think that he's like dangling him by his arms in their secret hideout and like slowly suffocating him in front of all his minions. You know, that felt like a stretch to me.
Yeah, he wouldn't know that anyway. It'd be secondhand.
Or his girlfriend getting sent away because her mom found a mixtape.
Oh yeah.
And it was like,
that whole
this
8-year-old's
talking about
the whole
fucking,
Charlene
and we know
is fake. Yeah,
we know who it is.
Yeah.
We know what he's talking about.
Listen, the bar was so fire it made the girl moving with her grandparents, bro.
That's the craziest part to me. Is like it's not even like don't see him. It's like you are out of the city because of this rap.
That's how good he was. He was so good.
I think
she had to leave.
Does 50 Cent have a child?
In real life?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He does.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So that is real.
Yeah, he has like a couple from
They're like grown kids.
Yeah, one of them is currently starring on one of his TV shows right now.
Like a power show?
Yeah. It's called Raising Kanan. He plays...
I do know
50 Cent played the adult Kanan, and then he's playing the younger Kanan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love when that happens.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They filmed some of that stuff. Yeah, I don't want to dox myself, but there was a couple seasons of one of the power shows where they were in like a fancy high school during times, and they did film that at my work. And 50 Cent showed up once, and everybody was not normal about it.
Yeah. Oh shit, 50 Cent.
Did they freak out?
50 Cent.
What did they do?
Well, they were just like constantly huddling around and taking pictures. No. It's like, why do you got to prove that 50 Cent was in the lobby of your office?
Yeah. Well, you can take one picture and keep it moving.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares?
People get real starstruck.
Yeah.
And there's a level to that aura too. So it's not just like a, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like there's some celebrities that'll be like, oh snap, oh what's up, man? And then there's some you're like, oh. So I think at that time when they saw him, that aura was high enough.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it.
I mean, to be fair, this was like 5 years ago, so it wasn't He was still a little.
Yeah. Still up there. I get you.
Nah, 50 pull up some places, people freak out.
That's
don't freak out.
That's what you're saying. Like somebody's gonna get hyped somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen. I do agree with you on some of those scenes. He does have a kid, so that he was about to be like, I wanted 25%.
So
well, I felt like all of the Charlene stuff
that's all
was
fake,
probably fake.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, then does that mean the child that Charlene also had was fake?
No.
But it's just they needed to give him like a love interest.
It's
like a baby mama.
At least in this movie,
Okay.
God showing
I'm sure they
was
meant
down for him the entire time. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm sure they meant a different light.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no.
Wasn't like, oh man, I remember you from high school.
No.
It's probably just like
It wasn't even a high school. These kids were like 12.
Yeah, they were kids. Yeah,
they were
like
kids.
a kid.
They're kids, and he's rapping about like fucking her doggy style and pulling her hair, and it's
she was with it,
and she was into it.
Like, ooh.
And then afterwards, when they reunite, she's like, "Did you even know what that meant?" And he's like, "No." And it's like, "Well, then where did you get it from, 50? Why do you have these ideas if you don't even know what they mean?"
50? You
lying. He lying. You know.
You lying. Where'd you get it from, dude? I'm crying.
Who played Justice in this movie?
He
He looked familiar, but then there was another character who did look enough like him that I was like,
Tory
Kittles.
Kittles. Yeah, he's been in stuff. He's definitely been in. He's been in a few things here and there. True Detective, Sons of Anarchy, The Equalizer, the TV series, not the movie.
Is that Queen Latifah?
Yeah, the Queen Latifah joint. Yeah.
I keep forgetting that's the thing.
Olympus Has Fallen. He's been in some stuff. Yeah.
I love Olympus Has Fallen.
There you go.
I like all the Fallen movies.
There you go. So
I even like Fallen.
He's been in, it goes all the way back to like House and stuff. Yeah, he's been in some stuff.
Yeah. He looked familiar, but I couldn't place him.
Yeah, he came a long way, because 1 minute... Oh, yeah, he was in Malibu's Most Wanted. Yeah, he came a long way, man. 1 minute you're in, like... 1 minute you're in, like, Malibu's Most Wanted. Next minute, you're in a movie called Frankenfish. And then you find your way to Get Rich or Die Tryin'. Yo, shout out to you, my man. You came a long way, because...
Also, somebody send me a link to Frankenfish.
It's like, I need to see this. There you go. It's on Tubi if you got Tubi.
Oh, hell yeah. I do have Tubi.
Yeah, you got Tubi. That also came out 21 years ago. So.
Oh, happy birthday, Frankenfish.
Yeah. Shout out to these guys. They came a long way, man.
Yeah, insane.
Tubi movies are great.
They can be.
They're real pieces of shit a lot of times, but they're fun to watch.
So would you say these are some of like your favorite characters? Like in the movie was probably like 50 Cent or somebody?
Raul was my favorite.
Raul!
Because that dude was just acting at the top of his lungs in every scene was just like... I mean, here's what I will say about 50 Cent's acting. He at least tried to be subtle in parts.
He did.
He wasn't great at it, because he just mumbles everything he says, regardless of if he's being emotional or he's downplaying his emotions.
He got shot in the mouth.
Well, yeah, I have a question about that too, but we'll come back to that later. Raul, the whole time, is just acting his brains out, and it's just like, oh, this is so fascinating. And there is a time when he first gets shot that I was like, is that Jason Momoa? And it is not. Because this was too long ago, and then the second time I saw Raul after he had been shot, when he's telling the police that 50 Cent didn't shoot him, it's like, why did I think that was Jason? I've never immediately self-diagnosed a mistake as quickly as I did. When like, no, I'm wrong.
You wanted to be Jason Momoa.
You wanted so bad, yeah. That's all it was. Someone with the heater. Anyway, yeah, no, I get it. What I always laugh about is drug dealer movies always involve some fight with like Colombians. Always Colombians.
This
is part of the game, I guess. Yeah, cocaine is a drug game.
Yeah, everybody knows that the Colombians are cocaine dealers.
But only like mainly like American drug movies. Because when you watch like overseas, they be fighting like Irish.
Mm-hmm.
They diversify. They be like it's the Irish. Oh, who you fighting? The Russians. Oh, who you fighting today? The Turks.
Why would it be Colombians if they're from over there?
I don't know, but then why would it be Colombians here?
Because we're closer to Colombia than we are on Ireland.
Yeah. I wonder if that's true.
He said, "I'm willing to test
I bet you we're closer to Ireland, but you don't have to fly to Ireland. I think
we
or
are.
You do have to fly to Ireland. You don't.
I mean, are you getting drugs from Ireland?
I think we are closer to Colombia. But I still just don't feel. All I'm saying is, why can't we fight somebody else sometimes? It don't always gotta be Colombians. Why can't it be like, I don't know?
Oh, you mean gang wise?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean in a stereotypical fashion.
Okay. I know you're talking about the government or the whole infrastructure.
Oh no, I just mean like, why we always gotta fight? Like, why can't it? That's what I was saying about like British movies, where it's like they'll say, oh, it's the Irish. Now we're facing the Turks. Now we're facing the Russians. Like one thing 50 Cent did, which I think he must have like realized what I realized. When he did Power, it wasn't just Spanish people, like it wasn't just them. He later did fight like Russians and stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, that's all I was trying to say. Like, there's always a drug movie and they're always fighting Colombians, and every Colombian.
It's easy.
I guess so. You might be right about that, because I'm like, they're always fighting one, and they always sound like Tony Montana.
Yeah,
that's
true.
It's just
it just might be easier to cast Hispanic motherfuckers and Russian sounding motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yours might be casting.
And they
only have 40 million.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
they blew their butt. Then why the fuck even fly out to Ireland then?
I don't. Well, they filmed it in Ireland, so maybe maybe the Irish were like, leave us out of this.
Yeah,
no, that's fair.
They probably requested like, yo, can we use you as like drug rivals? And they're like, no.
No one here wants to do that.
No one wants to do that here. You're good. You can film here. Just don't bother us.
Yeah. Stay right on the beach. Don't even come to the city.
Where we gave you the beach.
Just filmed by our abandoned water park.
Yeah. Go over there.
I kept zoning out on what was happening in the movie by being like, what's going on with that water slide?
Yeah.
There's just a water slide in the background. That's a huge water slide.
You're 100% right, sir. I was also like, what beach? You said that. You was like, what beach are they at? And we were all trying to guess, like,
we were like,
I'm like, maybe Jones? I don't know.
Rockaway?
Yeah, I just said like a random beach.
Yeah. No,
it's like, I'm
Ireland.
Not sure. Yeah,
I thought someone on Ireland.
Ireland Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where was
famous for its beaches, Ireland.
Where was this supposed to be?
I'm assuming somewhere outside like
I felt like it was supposed to be in like a city island kind of.
Yeah.
Like
somewhere near the
beach of one of the boroughs.
Yeah, he found somewhere in Queens
Bright
that he can,
Beach or something like that.
Yeah, he found somewhere in Queens that he can just chill out.
Just set up a trap house.
Yeah, exactly.
His wife or girlfriend, by the way, God bless her.
Yeah.
Surprisingly cool with living in a trap house right off the bat.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, this is where I live now. Okay.
Did she quit her job or something?
Yeah.
We don't know, bro.
She immediately abandons all her old life and goes and is like, I'm going to marry this guy. Yep. But they don't get married. They actually make a big point in the movie of being like, no, she's his girlfriend.
Yeah. He was like his wife, girlfriend. Yeah. Like the guy didn't even.
That felt unnecessary.
So unnecessary. Like this dude's dying and they're over him in surgery, just like. And I'm sure doctors probably do this. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was just the way they did it. It was just bad funny because it wasn't like a general quick like, hey, his wife's outside. Oh yeah, we'll make sure that he comes back to her. It was just like his wife, girlfriend.
Yeah.
God damn.
He was being a dick.
Yeah, my favorite character. I mean, I'm be honest with you. My favorite character, really, like no funny shit, was 100% my man Bama, Terrance Howard.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was just. He kind of was just a different voice that 50 Cent's character needed.
Yeah.
Because he was just
outside perspective.
Yeah, it was outside perspective. Like, yo, these dudes ain't for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to go back into that crazy stuff, we can, but these ain't your friends. And then they just made it seem like he was just like, not the toughest person, but he just understood the number one rule of the streets, which was always watch your back.
Yep.
So, like, homie was sitting there just eating his food. He's mad happy. Gangsters try to come in, and he just looked at the other one. He's like, I got the gun. Come on now. I can shoot you right now. End it. And dude was like, go. Just go.
Yeah,
I was like,
this ain't the one.
This ain't the one. So he was one of my favorite characters. Would have been cool if it was Samuel L. Jackson, probably. But we got what we got, and I'm not mad at it.
It wouldn't have been.
I mean, yeah, because Samuel Jackson's a little older.
It wouldn't make sense. He was too much older. I feel like even at this time.
Well,
I don't know. It's something about Terrance Howard too. I feel like he's just funnier. Like when he says stuff like, "Damn, this is dumb," and you look kind of dumb a little bit.
I think it's because they just went with like Pulp
Like
Fiction,
if Sam Jackson was saying it, I don't know if I would believe it as much.
Maybe. As I said, I think
That's just how I feel. I'm trying to picture Sam Jackson saying, especially like that car scene. I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have believed it as much. It would have been too funny.
Yeah, I don't think I would have believed Samuel L. Jackson, but I also don't like Terrance Howard that much. So,
not cool, man.
Yeah, it's just not for me,
That's fair.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. So I was just like fine with it.
I was just fine with it.
He said, "You must have been glad they got my boy Don Cheadle in that Iron Man suit." He's like, "Yeah, you're probably one person like, yeah."
I'll be honest with you. I don't pay enough attention to those Marvel movies. I like watching them, and but I don't like having to follow them. So every movie is just like
nothing to follow, just two different actors.
You mean the story, right? That's what you want to follow? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I just don't like. Every movie is fun to just watch on its own. I don't need to know
who's being cast,
how these are like connected or like anything like that.
I'm talking in the casting sense.
Oh right, yeah.
I didn't. He was originally.
I did know that he was originally Rhodes.
Oh yeah, the first movie, yeah.
And then is Don Cheadle also Rhodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
He replaced him
in the second one.
I didn't know if he just replaced him as War Machine and was a different character.
No, they're the same character. He replaced him.
So in the second one, he just replaced him.
He just replaced him. It's not like they were like, "Oh, Rhodes died, so we have a new War."
Oh no. Yeah.
Okay.
They just treat it as if like.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like
this is who he is now.
Yeah.
Like what's Aunt Viv? Right?
Yes.
Aunt Viv.
Yes.
They just but they we're not going to say anything about it.
Yeah, they just reversed it. Yeah. Like there was dark Aunt Viv and there was light Aunt Viv. Now there's light Rhodes and then there's dark Rhodes.
Gotcha.
Dark Rhodes.
I mean, let's be real. You know what I mean? So that's legit what happened. And it was funny because people laughed because the original story about Get Rich or Die Tryin' was that Samuel L. Jackson wanted his name and face on the cover of the movie poster. But the movie poster, as you see, is 50 Cent like holding the baby, and it has 50 Cent's name.
Yeah.
But then Samuel L. Jackson was like, it got to say 50 Cent Samuel L. Jackson. Understandable, but 50 was like, no. So Terrance Howard was like, I don't need my name on this.
No.
And then people laugh because they're like, man, it's crazy how time flies. Because then years later, the story with Iron Man 2 was like he wanted more money and stuff like that. And Marvel was like, no.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle was like, I'll do it. And then several Avengers later, he's like, so glad I jumped on that.
It was more like they called his phone.
What?
It was more like they called his phone. It wasn't like, he's like, yo, we got a job for you. You want to do it?
Oh, yeah. Like, that's what I mean. Like, he was just like, I'll do it. Like, they called him up. And he was like, I'll do it. Yeah. So, but yeah, who was your favorite character, Winnie?
Who do I like in here? Terrance Howard's good because he just, like, bam. I kind of like the tall, centered, fat guy. He was just
He was wallpaper, that guy.
Yeah, but he was also like, he wasn't in the way. He was solid. He was a solid dude.
Yeah.
He stuck with him throughout the end, and
Fair enough.
He lived to chill.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Now on the flip side of that, John, have you ever heard of a phrase called "Whose man's is this"?
Yeah.
Okay. So is there a character in this movie that you felt you would yell at the TV screen like, yo, whose man's is this?
Actually, you know who I did like? Young 50 Cent.
Yeah,
Young 50 Cent was good.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like there were times where that character was Terrance Howard.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
I can see that.
especially when
good.
they first go to the robbery scene at the beginning of the movie, and he's like, "I kill people. This is what I do." I'm like,
it's very inconsistent.
It's very inconsistent to then have him be like the cool, calm, collected manager, and that was whose man is this? I think, that was probably the biggest one. I feel like Justice was kind of very all over the place as far as what his motivations were and who his alliances were. But I guess, in the streets you can never really tell. So maybe that's an accurate depiction. Maybe that's one of the 75% that
friend
was
betrayed
accurate.
him?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Did
he write a book?
Justice?
No, 50 Cent.
Oh no, I didn't know he got.
Yeah.
He was talking about movie character. Like,
I'm sure
he did.
Everybody wrote a book.
Yeah, at this point,
Mick Foley wrote 3.
He wrote 3.
One for each character.
At least 3. Mm-hmm. Chris Jericho's written many.
Not read wrestling books. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay. I don't.
He's okay.
I don't read wrestling books either.
I'm not even like aware that they're writing.
I know a lot of stuff about things that I've never consumed because
fair enough.
I spend a lot of time at work on Wikipedia, people, and it's a fun way to educate yourself about things without actually having to subject yourself to them.
There you go.
That's fair enough if you don't
like any series that I don't want to watch, but everybody's talking about. I will spend one day and just read the complete episode guide of that show on Wikipedia at work. And then I'm like, all right, let's talk about Severance, brother. I'll do that.
Yeah. He's like, I know everything.
I know everything.
I know enough to have this conversation.
I'm definitely not doing that. I hear you, though.
So,
you need a job that pays you money and drains your brain. And then you'll do it.
No, I got enough other shit. I'll just watch shit I like.
Yeah, I just watch what I like.
I just watch what I like too, and that's why I don't watch a lot of things.
Okay.
And then everybody else likes the thing, and I have to know about it to have a conversation.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be at a party, and everybody's going to want to talk about the rehearsal or some bullshit like that. And so
this is where you and I are different. I'm just let these motherfuckers yap. Like, all right, this sounds cool.
I'm like, I'll jump in when I need to jump in.
Yeah. I'm not.
We're not talking about. Oh, I seen that. Oh, I didn't see that. I'm gonna go get a beer.
Yeah,
that's it. I feel you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Uni, who's a character you?
Whose man's is this? Yeah. Oh man, Eddie Beasy, I guess. What was the name of the movie?
Majestic.
Yeah, he's a whose man's is this?
Yeah,
for real. Cause like, you're doing too much. You got too greedy, and then you got like a rapper rapping on your behalf. Nah, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What the hell is that? The hell is that about? Like, it's kind of funny, but the way it was taken, it's so weird. Like, why would you do that?
I didn't realize that until very late in the movie that that's what was happening. I thought he was just managing him, and that 50 was.
Oh like, no! When the rapper dude he was saying his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was dropping his name.
Yeah, he's a Majestic. What up? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is very true, sir.
Mm-hmm. Very.
It's very true.
Like, bro, the LeVar dude was successful because he wasn't doing shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm not having Motown niggas, Motown in my crowd. Are you stupid? What the hell's the matter with you? You lost your mind?
Mm-hmm.
And immediately he took over, his empire fell, and he died like what? I don't know.
I don't know how long.
I don't know how long he was in power, but I'm going to say a week. I'll give him that long.
You think all that happened in a week?
When he killed, we don't even know how long 50 Cent was in jail.
Right, and then 50 Cent also got shot and had to recover from that.
Yeah, he had to recover from that.
So, like, this has to at least been
a couple of months.
A couple of months.
Let's say a couple of months. So within a couple of months, he lost power.
Yeah.
For an empire that ran for at least, let's say, 2 decades.
Yeah.
Lost it all.
Makes sense to me.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Sure does. Yeah. So yeah.
That was tough.
If it wasn't for that, I was like, yeah, he's just a regular dumbass.
The essence of Tom, if it was a person, we would have said, whose man's is this?
Yeah, that should be the answer.
The essence of Tom.
The fucking editors of whose man's
was just so crazy.
Yeah, it was bad.
You didn't know. Like, it was one thing when he was a kid and he grew up, you're like, all right, I can understand that a certain amount of time has passed. After that, all bets were off. Like, you didn't know where in time they were.
Yeah.
But
it was barely on in the flashback.
Yeah, right.
But then they really just lost their mind when they came back.
Yeah, it's just like, where are we going with this? But yeah, definitely 2 big things is the background work in terms of the characters. And definitely whatever vision the director had, or if it was 50 Cent, those are I should have told you can go outside the box with this if you wanted to say blaming on staff and crew. Me and Uni usually got to that point when we get certainly annoyed with certain movies. Because one, most background characters were very nonsensical, and they said things that didn't need to be said. Just like when we alluded to the doctors earlier, or when 50 Cent bought the car, and some guy was like, "How do you get the car? You get the money." And then his boy looking like, "How you think you got the money? Shut your dumb ass up." Like, it was just stuff like that where you're just sitting there like, there was a lot of just like comments that did not need to be said.
Yeah, they're talking about driver's licenses.
Yeah,
you don't need to talk about all that.
You don't need to talk about that shit. Like, you know, I got the money, man. Just give me, let's go.
Give me the car.
Let's go. Just give me the car. Let's keep it moving. You know,
I'm assuming they're trying to go for like realistic dialogue.
I bet you that's
but it's too goddamn long for that.
It is too long.
They always are, but it's like, I think most of the time nobody would have asked that question. They would have just already known because they already.
Well, he was being a dickhead because he was like, "You're a bum off the street. You probably take the city bus. You ain't
right." But I'm just saying, like, that's usually not the first question that would come up in that kind of conversation.
Yeah. Well, no, but I can see a dickhead car dealership asking those kind of questions, though.
Yeah. Well, if a dickhead car dealership, if a dickhead car dealership would ask that question, there would be no car scene.
Yep.
Because they would just never trusted him with the money. They would have just been like, "I don't know where you got that from. You don't got no license. I'm not giving you this car." He would have.
Oh no! A dealership would never take just raw, not an up on up dealership anyway. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
you need like a certified check. They gotta call your bank to make sure you actually have the money.
And I know sometimes in certain situations, certain dealers will probably be like, like, if you got the money, we can sign.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. When I had too much money once upon a time, I asked that question, like, can I roll up in here just to feel like a ball? It's like, no, sir. Certified checks. So how I pay for this?
I bought a car for cash once.
Yeah.
It was a kindly old man who was running a auto dealership in Western Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And that's the only time that I've ever felt like a baller. But in my defense, it was a $1,250 Mercury Sable station wagon, which is also the car that they use as their getaway car in this movie.
That's funny. See, you can feel like a baller.
There you go. Now you go.
He ain't gonna hold you. It feels okay. Like,
now you can always revert back to that when you like have your memories. You can be like, I had the same car they had in Get Rich or Die Tryin.
I think though that scene is one of the scenes that he was like, this is how it happened.
Yeah. And
I think when I was thinking of just now, it popped into my head. One of the things that I 100% feel is like the part that is in the 75% accurate is that they never fucking explain anything in this movie. And 50 Cent was like, nah, dude, people who know me, they'll know what this means. They'll just like, they just say things, or like they'll just be like the scene when he's driving, when he gets shot.
Right, yeah.
They focus like intensely hard on this dude on a wheelchair, just kind of like waving to him. And they don't, and I mean, I was able to figure out what that meant because I was like, oh, there's a cop car on that corner. But at the same time, they don't say like, oh, that's the police. Like, so you have to be like, you have to figure out so much of this movie on your own. And for it to be an hour and 57 minutes. And do so much shit that they don't need to then also not explain anything. Has to be a choice.
It is.
So when you were figuring that part out with the wheelchair dude, like signaling, were you referring to like the first time they did it at the beginning of the movie?
I clocked it the first time they did it, and then I watched it again very intently the second time to see if maybe there was also an indication that guy might be working with Majestic and trying to set him up to like turn this way where they
I get what you're saying. It wasn't though because you see him later chilling with them.
Yeah.
No,
that was a little confusing.
But there are a lot of terms or hand signals or like, did you understand when the waitress saw 50's the main character, the baby moms? Did you understand when she went like this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it was like certain things where it's like, I'm not gonna lie. First time I saw it, I was like, she's either saying they're drug dealers or I think I ended up looking it up and it was like she was saying that they were no good.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
unnecessary scenes.
Unnecessary scenes.
A lot of unnecessary scenes. Definitely could have knocked out 30 minutes off this.
Although it was funny when the Colombians came back to try to kill Bama, and you find out that Bama was just in the same restaurant. He was in the same restaurant with the same waitress, and that's when you come to the realization that this is like the everyday restaurant of this movie film.
Oh yeah,
like, this is their spot. This is the hangout spot.
No one was like taking any precautions in this world. Yeah. People will shoot someone and just go right back outside. No one like skipped town for a little bit. No one disappeared like they're supposed to do. It's outside again.
I'm assuming this was Queens in the 90s, so maybe that played a part as to why
maybe
they were freaking out. Like, this people just getting shot, and they were like, oh, that's crazy. And unless they knew somebody, it was like, again, and like I said, it's the background actors. 50 gets shot, he's on the ground. Oh my God, he's dead. So I call the ambulance. Fuck the ambulance. And he just like opens the back of the pickup truck. But he could have just simply been like, hey, listen, I can just take him right now. The ambulance won't get here in time.
Yeah.
But it was
not dramatic enough, bro. Come on, bro.
That wasn't dramatic enough either.
Yeah, no, it was stupid.
It was stupid. It was, or I also would have accepted, nah, fuck it, just put him in here.
Yeah. It's very, speaking of that shooting scene.
Yes.
It occurred to me that they had to put so much makeup on his face for 90% of that movie to hide the scar he has from being shot in the jaw. And then they're like, yeah, you just get to show up to set today. You know, no makeup for you. Now you have that scar.
We're at the end.
Yeah. They committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I respect it.
They did. Listen, there's a lot of things about this movie I respect. Again, did not like, but respect.
Yeah.
There you go. So, speaking of that respect, so would you feel like in 2026, if they decided to make like another project of this, would you want like a straight up sequel, or would you want them to just like run it back one more time, remake it, reboot it?
See, this is an interesting question, because I don't think there's anything really interesting to make a sequel about a guy who just kind of then was successful, because there's not a lot of, from my knowledge, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but there's not been a lot of like major conflict in
nothing life-threatening.
Yeah, nothing life-threatening. Yeah. Like, you have this thing where you bought all of the tickets to a Ja Rule concert. That would be funny to watch in a movie. That would be really well. I guess, or a dangerous concert in this world. But like, there's nothing really interesting to make a sequel of.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like this at the time was kind of newer territory of like the drug dealer who is a bit more sensitive but also is trying to be hardened and all that stuff. So that's kind of already well-worn territory. So there's not much of a reboot that I could think of. Yeah. But
he's saying leave this crap alone.
I'm just saying let this stand on its own, or make a movie that what would be a fun sequel is to follow like The Apprentice style, to follow his trying to become a businessman. I think that would be an interesting sequel. To watch a movie about him like trying different investments, and some of them take off and some of them don't take off, and how do you deal with the fact that you used to be a gangbanger and now you're doing commercials and you're becoming a film star. I think that would actually be now that I think about it, make a sequel to this movie. Make a sequel to this movie that show me all the movie. Show 50 Cent acting as Marcus, acting in any one of the many shoot 'em up movies he's done in the past 10 years, and investing in vitamin water and
making 2 video games.
What's the
Blood in the Sand?
Blood in the Sand, right.
I forgot what the other one was called.
Was it
one was okay, one was trash, huh?
No, it wasn't Bulletproof, was it?
Margaret.
No, it is Bulletproof.
Yeah.
And but then isn't he also a playable character in one of the like Vendetta or Fight for New York, or
I think
something like
Icon.
that. Icon.
That was a bad
one.
Yeah, he wasn't in the first two for sure. So it might have. I didn't play the third one, so maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Bulletproof and then Blood on the Sand. Mm-hmm. So that was
Blood on the Sand is like in Iraq. Make a movie of Blood in the Sand. That's what I want.
Oh shit, he too old now. No, that needed to happen 10 years ago. He's not getting in shape to do all that crazy shit.
They made Robert De Niro look like a young man, and The Irishman.
Yeah, it was good.
You can. This doesn't have to be good.
Fair enough.
That's what he's saying. It doesn't have to be good. Actually, it wasn't Iraq. It was an unspecified location in the Middle East. But we knew.
Yeah.
We knew.
Yeah, we all knew.
It was a trending country at the time.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Oh god. Oh, was it ever?
A Blood in the Sand.
I remember everybody was like,
Jesus Christ.
I remember people. I used to actually.
Yeah, they don't do that no more. You're not gonna see a rapper make a video game in your lifetime, kids. Sorry, it's over.
He was not one of the fighters.
No.
Yeah. I think he missed that by a hair.
Kano was in this. Anyway, yeah. But I agree with you. If he made another video, he could make a Get Rich or Die Tryin' video game, and we just take it from there.
Just like a RPG.
Don't give him no ideas.
Leveling up. He's leveling up.
Make Drug Dealer Civilization 50 Cent.
Majestic is level 75. Majestic magic.
You know what? There's some sick fun. I probably got that mod somewhere. Drug dealing 50 Cent Civilization.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's some probably sick bastard on this planet that made that mod. All your favorite rappers.
Probably. I would welcome a sequel. I'd laugh at it.
I would laugh at it. I would not watch it. Unless I was sick, but I would have a fun time while I was watching it.
Physically or like emotionally sick?
No, physically sick. Like if I was like
on bed,
laid up in bed with food poisoning, I'm like, well, I've gone kind of crazy, so this seems like a fun idea, and then I'll watch that. That's how I watch most of the garbage I watch, and some of it I fall in love with. So maybe I would fall in love.
That you thought you were gonna hate that you ended up liking.
The last thing that I saw that I thought I was gonna hate that I ended up liking is probably
it's tough.
Final Destination's Bloodline.
Okay, I heard that was good.
Yeah, it was okay.
I heard that was
good. It was alright.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was going to be real garbage, and it was a lot more fun than I thought it was.
No, it was alright.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Uni, is I like everything.
Yeah.
There's on my letterbox there is 478 movies reviewed. Of those 478, there are two movies that have below 3 stars.
That's funny.
One of them is Get Rich or Die Tryin'. Made it with 2.5. Didn't make it to 3.
What was the other?
The other one is this movie called Ezra. That is about it's with Bobby Cannavale.
Oh shit!
And he's playing a stand-up comedian with an autistic son who he kind of kidnaps and takes on the road.
I think I heard of that.
It came out last year.
I did hear.
I watched the first third of it with my friend, and we left the theater. And then
you played in theaters?
It did play in theaters. And then I got sick.
New York, baby.
See, we come back to this. I got sick, and then I was like, I should finish that movie, and I should not have finished that movie. That movie got 1 star.
James worse than Get Rich or Die Tryin'?
By a star and a half.
By a star and a half.
You're not listening to Uni? Fair enough. Listen, bro, you had me at Letterboxd. I don't got a Letterboxd. I don't care that much.
There was no shower fight scene in
There's no shower fight scene in that. Fair enough.
One
scene alone is better than anything in that whole movie. Damn, Bobby, weren't you like, yeah, man, you should be doing okay, bro.
He's like, I'd rather watch the shower scene authentically sliding.
Where people are butt naked and sliding on the water. And just like...
Terrance Howard didn't want to do
so many scene. Butts in that movie.
I bet he didn't.
Yeah, 50 had to convince him. Like, don't you want to get naked, man?
Listen. Hey, sometimes the broken clock is right 2 times a day. 50 Cent was right. 50's right a lot. So. Yeah. No, that's the only right answer. Sequel.
Sequel.
I'll actually watch the continuing adventures of him like being like, oh, when I will watch 30 minutes of him dedicated to shitting on Ja Rule. Yeah. And after that Fire Festival, he was right the whole time.
Yeah, he
what
was
are you
right.
talking about?
Young Caesar.
Like, damn it,
Young
50.
Caesar.
You were bullying the right guy, but you just didn't see at the time. Like, damn, stop kicking this guy.
Young Caesar becomes old Caesar.
That story
And
about
like,
that
nah, man,
concert.
kick him more.
That story about that concert is the funniest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
It's so mean
Mm-hmm.
and so funny,
Mm.
and
We all love
I love 50 Cent for it. Thank you,
Yeah.
50 Cent. Some of my favorite songs, 50 Cent songs. My favorite prank ever pulled, 50 Cent prank.
No, these songs are fire.
Huh?
I forgot who producing these songs, but these songs are fire.
Yeah, these songs are fire.
These songs are
But we
fire.
know this already because we know hood films. The movie gonna be trash. The majority of the time, that soundtrack's gonna be fire.
Yeah, you want to be bop your head the entire time.
Yep.
Have you guys done How High?
Yeah, we did How High. Yeah. And when it comes to hood films and soundtracks, you're gonna be shaking your head.
Yep.
You're gonna be shaking your head to the fire soundtrack, and you're gonna be shaking your head to the disappointing movie.
With that pace and that fly, like, this movie's fire.
Yes, you're gonna shake your head either way.
Yeah.
So, yo, John, man, we want to thank you for doing this.
Of
movie,
course, man. I had a great time watching. I had a great time chatting with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're gonna see more hood films after this?
Of course he is.
Yeah, of course.
You got to film the iron.
Oh yeah, he got the letterbox joint.
bro.
Yeah,
I gotta go for-
I got his letterbox on.
I gotta
yeah.
go. I'm gonna watch the rest of 50 Cent's
Discography?
filmography.
Filmography?
Yeah, I'll watch that. I did text my friend halfway through the movie
gets
that
better.
I think this is going to really fuck up my Spotify because I am going to just listen to 50 Cent music for the next week or so.
Yeah, I'm about to listen to the movie soundtrack. I feel like
All
I
I
don't know if
kept-
I listen to the movie version.
All I kept thinking the whole time
you want to hear this?
was, I want to
Yeah,
shut
same.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
Let me listen to the song.
Yeah. I definitely was willing
Let me listen to that
any
best friend
technology.
song.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
an 8-year-old talk about fucking his friend doggy style.
Yeah, that was wild. Boss so fire, the girl had to leave.
But no.
And that's why I want to see a sequel, because I like, listen, you were right to stick around. I just
Yeah.
want to see her living lavish. Give Viola Davis back? What you mean? She could be the
true.
grandma.
Yeah.
Do we
She's
know
the
what
grandma.
happened to these characters in real life?
Oh, they're all good.
Yeah,
all
I'm sure.
good.
Like,
Like, they're
they're
sure.
either above ground or below it.
Yeah,
One or the
yeah,
other.
yeah, one way or
The
the
ones
other.
who are alive, they're fine. They're like, listen, I
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
I would like to watch a movie, watching a family react to your answer. Like, watching Viola Davis just be like, yo, why are you fucking with Ja Rule, but we gonna call him dangerous? That would be funny. You'd be like, yo, leave this boy alone.
Until I figured
Then the
out,
Fire Festival happens, like, you should have went harder.
there was a little while where I couldn't figure out whether Dangerous was supposed to be Ja Rule or Eminem.
No,
Because-
Devin's over. Yeah.
Because he was very white presenting,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
and it did kind of feel in the same way of like, oh, this guy is like doing this thing, and then 50's gonna follow in his footsteps but surpass him. Not
think-
that I think that 50 Cent's better than Eminem. Please do
Right.
not come at me. In
No,
No,
it's like
no,
that.
no.
It was Ja Rule.
They were
It
just
came out
trying to-
time we
Yeah.
were still really mad at Ja Rule.
They just wanted to throw you off the scent.
Gotcha.
That is
Yeah.
Ja Rule by
Yeah.
giving you a light skinned guy.
Yeah.
That
They
don't
can
look-
make it so obvious.
Yeah.
that's
So they just
fair.
wanted
Yeah.
to throw you off the scent
Yeah.
by getting this guy. Because they really wanted to be that, they probably wouldn't have called him dangerous, and he would have looked so close to Ja Rule that you would have been like, they just
Yeah,
talking
you
about
doing
Ja
too
Rule.
much.
Yeah.
Right, no.
So in this movie,
He was trying to keep her professional.
yeah, he's trying to keep it professional, where it's like, I'm over this, but
Yeah.
I'm technically
I'm not
not
over it.
I'm not
it.
over it. Yeah.
I'm not over
So I'll just be very subliminal.
Yeah.
But you'll know who the fuck I'm
Yeah.
talking about. There'll be clues.
Yeah, if you want to go see the 50 Cent movie, you already know who he's
You
talking
already
about.
know who we're talking about. There'll
Not
be
even
clues.
Make a Ja Rule movie. That's what you should make.
Oh, like
Make
a
a
Cobra
Ja
Kai
Rule.
style?
Like I Tanya,
Oh, okay.
where it's just like, yeah, this dude is a fucking lunatic, and just make it about him being a little sniveling bitch with murder INC. Make it about him eventually getting into this beef with 50. Make it about then him getting into bed with the Fire Festival people. That is an interesting movie.
He wants a whole shared universe of rappers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like At first, I was
Give
with
me
you,
the
and I was like,
SCU. The shady cinematic.
See, the problem is it has to end the way you don't want it to end, which is him
doing Firefest 2.
No, it got worse after the Fire Festival. He did a local TV commercial for a pizza place.
Yeah, but aren't they doing a second Fire Festival?
I don't even
know. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, that's probably the end where he gets a phone call to do it again, and he's like,
yeah.
It can either end with the pizza commercial or the fact that he went to a Milwaukee Bucks game. And he was like, "Are you ready?"
Oh,
and the crowd is dead silent. He's like, "I guess not."
Great moment. You should watch.
That's how the movie.
That's
how the Ja movie will end. It would be like, "I guess not," and then just face the black.
That's a great ending.
Great.
And then actually, these are both great.
A24, where you at? Yeah, baby.
And then if it's A24,
make it.
Yeah. It turns into one of my favorite cartoon endings. I don't know if you remember this old cartoon where Daffy Duck is like on the screen. It's just Daffy Duck. And there's like an animator.
Oh no! You got
yeah, and they find out it's 50 Cent the whole time. That's what I mean.
See?
Yeah. And 50 Cent's like, ain't I a stinker? He won't say that, but you know what I mean.
Hire us to write the Ja Rule movie. That's what.
There you go.
If you take nothing else from this podcast, it's that this movie is bad. Hire us to write the Ja Rule movie.
There you go.
There you
just
go.
Like that. John, like us, you're an entertainer. So if you could just let these lovely people at home know where they can find you, follow you. Where you've got a show coming up.
I don't have. I'm more of a getting thrown up comic than a booked comic, so I can't really plug any shows for you. But you can find a lot of the stuff that I do, including photography and cat rescue, at
nice.
John John's A Phenomenon on Instagram. That is a reference to a Method Man lyric.
Yeah, it is. That sounds.
I like that. I like that. I fucks with it.
Yeah.
So there you go. So make sure you follow this man. We'll make sure to put his link in our description, as well as the link to our link tree, so you can follow us as well on all social media. I know the vibes. We'll get clips of the show. We'll get other segments too. We're gonna keep it moving and keep it going and keep it grooving. But in the meantime, between time, we got Get Rich or Die Tryin out the way.
Yeah, he kicked the can. The can no gotta be kicked no more. It was done. No more.
There you go. So the summer's just getting warmed up, people. We're gonna be back with more hood films as we continue our mission of putting the world onto the hood, one film at a time. So let's go ahead and sign on off. It's your boy Marvel Lattimore,
Francis,
John Rosenberger,
and we are off this
G-Unit.
Peace.
So we're gonna die trying. Peace, people.